Denzel Hayes Washington Jr. is an American actor and filmmaker who has earned popular and critical acclaim for his roles in an array of feature films, including Glory, Malcolm X, Training Day, and Fences. He has been described as an actor who has reconfigured the concept of classic movie stardom. Throughout his career spanning over 4 decades, Washington has received numerous accolades, including a Tony Award, 2 Academy Awards, 3 Golden Globes Awards, and 2 Silver Bears. In 2016, he received the Cecil B. DeMille Lifetime Achievement Award, and in 2020, the New York Times named him the greatest actor of the 21st century. In 2022, Washington received the Presidential Medal of Freedom bestowed upon him by President Joe Biden. Early life and education. Denzel Hayes Washington Jr. was born in Mount Vernon, New York on December 28, 1954. His mother, Lennis Lane, was a beauty parlor owner and operator born in Georgia and partly raised in Harlem, New York. His father, Denzel Hayes Washington Sr., a native of Buckingham County, Virginia, was an ordained Pentecostal minister who was also an employee of the New York City Water Department and worked at a local S. Klein department store. Washington attended Pennington Grimes Elementary School in Mount Vernon until 1968. When he was 14, his parents divorced and his mother sent him to the private preparatory school, Oakland Military Academy in New Windsor, New York. Washington later said, "That decision changed my life because I would not have survived in the direction I was going. The guys I was hanging with at the time, my running buddies, have now done maybe 40 years combined in the penitentiary. They were nice guys, but the street got them." After Oakland, he attended Mainland High School in Daytona Beach, Florida. From 1970 to 1971, he was interested in attending Texas Tech University. "I grew up in the boys club in Mount Vernon and we were the Red Raiders. So when I was in high school, I wanted to go to Texas Tech in Lubbock just because they were called the Red Raiders and their uniforms looked like ours." Instead, he earned a BA in drama and journalism from Fordham University in 1977. At Fordham, he played the collegiate basketball as a guard under coach P.J. Casimo. After a period of indecision of which major to study and taking a semester off, Washington worked as a creative arts director of the overnight summer camp at Camp Sloan YMCA in Lakeville, Connecticut. He participated in a staff talent show for the campus, and a colleague suggested he try acting. Returning to Fordham that fall with a renewed purpose, Washington enrolled at the Lincoln Center campus to study acting, where he was cast in the title roles in Eugene O'Neill's The Emperor Jones and Shakespeare's Othello. He then attended graduate school at the American Conservatory Theater in San Francisco, California, where he stayed for 1 year before returning to New York to begin a professional acting career. Movies and TV. Washington made his feature film debut in the comedy A Carbon Copy 1981. He also appeared in a number of off-Broadway productions and in television movies before being cast in a starring role in the hit television medical drama St. Elsewhere 1982 to 1988. Washington grabbed his first of 5 Oscar nominations for Cry Freedom 1987, playing real-life South African apartheid martyr Stephen Biko. He later won a Best Supporting Actor Oscar for Glory 1989. Washington appeared in several notable films throughout the 1990s, including Spike Lee's collaborations like The Jazz Outing, Mo Better Blues 1990 and biopic Malcolm X 1992, for which he was nominated for an Oscar. Other projects from this era included The Pelican Brief 1993, Philadelphia 1993, Crimson Tide 1995, Courage Under Fire 1996, and The Hurricane 1999, for which he received a Golden Globe for Best Actor and another Oscar nomination. In 2001, Washington received his second Oscar, this time in a leading role for the cop thriller Training Day. The following year, he directed his own film, the biographical drama Antoine Fisher, in which he also co-starred. Several hits followed, including Man on Fire 2004, The Manchurian Candidate 2004, and Leeds Inside Man 2006, which co-starred Jodie Foster and Clive Owen. Washington again stepped behind the camera for the historical The Great Debaters 2007, which profiled a winning African-American debate team. The same year, he portrayed Frank Lucas, a real-life heroin kingpin from Harlem in American Gangster, opposite Russell Crowe. In 2009, Washington starred as MTA dispatcher Walter Garber in the remake of the classic film The Taking of Pelham 123, opposite John Travolta. Continuing to explore a range of roles, Washington starred in the 2010 futuristic tale The Book of Eli. That same year, he won a Tony Award for his work in Fences, a revival of the August Wilson classic drama. He landed a $20 million payday for the 2012 action action thriller Safe House, in which he played a CIA agent gone rogue, and the film grossed more than $200 million worldwide. Washington also headlined the comparatively low-budget drama Flight in 2012, earning accolades for his 6th Oscar nomination for his performance as a pilot with substance abuse problems. He then teamed up with Mark Wahlberg for the 2013 crime drama Two Guns and scored another action hit in 2014 with The Equalizer. In early 2016, Washington received the Cecil B. DeMille Award from the Hollywood Foreign Press Association at its annual Golden Globe telecast. Later that year, he directed and starred in the film adaptation of Fences. For his on-screen role in the film, he was nominated for a Golden Globe and an Oscar for Best Actor. The following year, Washington was credited with helping to hold together the uneven Roman J. Israel-esque, earning Golden Globe and Oscar nods for Best Actor. In July 2018, Washington reprised his Equalizer role for its sequel, The Equalizer 2, recent theater work. Besides his best in Fences in 2010, Washington played the leading role in Lauren Hansberry's A Raisin in the Sun on Broadway in 2014 to critical acclaim. Continuing his work on stage, he starred in the Broadway revival of The Iceman Comet in 2018, playing Theodore Hickman. Personal life. On June 25, 1983, Washington married Paulette Pearson, whom he met on the set of his first screen work. They have 4 children: John David, born July 28, 1984, also an actor and a former football player; Katia, born November 27, 1986, who graduated from Yale University with a Bachelor of Arts in 2010, and twins Olivia and Malcolm, born April 10, 1991. Malcolm graduated from the University of Pennsylvania with a degree in film studies, and Olivia played a role in Liz Daniels' film The Butler. In 1995, Washington and his wife renewed their wedding vows in South Africa, with Desmond Tutu officiating. Washington has served as a national spokesman for Boys and Girls Clubs of America since 1993 and has appeared in public service announcements and awareness campaigns for the organization. In addition, he has served as a board member for Boys and Girls Club of America. Due to his philanthropic work with the Boys and Girls Club, a New York City elementary school decided to officially name their school after Washington. In mid-2004, Washington visited Brooke Army Medical Center, BAMC, at Fort Sam, Houston, where he participated in a Purple Heart ceremony, presenting medals to 3 Army soldiers recovering from wounds they received while stationed in Iraq. He also visited the Fort's Fisher House facilities, and after learning that it had exceeded its capacity, made a substantial donation to the Fisher House Foundation. This program focuses on building and providing homes for military personnel and their families for free of charge while they receive medical care. Washington's other charitable contributions include $1 million to Nelson Mandela's Children Fund in 1995 and $1 million to Wiley College to resuscitate the college debate team. The Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia, FARC, named Washington as one of 3 people, and the others being directors Oliver Stone and Michael Moore, with whom they were willing to negotiate for the release of 3 defense contractors the group had held captive from 2003 to 2008. That effort by FARC went nowhere. On May 18, 1991, Washington was awarded an honorary doctorate from his alma mater, Fordham University, for having impressively succeeded in exploring the edge of his multifaceted talent. In 2011, he donated $2 million to Fordham for an endowment chair of the theater department, as well as $250,000 to establish a theater-specific scholarship at the school. He also received a honorary Doctorate of Humanity from Morehouse College on May 20, 2007, and an honorary Doctorate of Art degree from the University of Pennsylvania on May 16, 2011. On October 11, 2021, the United States Army made Washington the 2021 Honorary Sergeant Major of the Army at the Annual Association of the U.S. Army Conference for his work with the Fisher House Foundation, providing free homes for military families while receiving medical care. Sergeant Major of the Army Michael A. Greenstein presented Washington with the award and said that Washington represented everything he was looking for in that year's honoree: humility, dedication to soldiers, and respect for the Army. On July 1, 2022, the White House announced that Washington would be awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom. President Joe Biden handed out the medals at the event, but said he would be giving Washington's to him at a later date, as he could not attend due to positive COVID-19 tests. Net worth. As of April 2023, Denzel Washington's net worth is estimated to be $280 million and is likely to grow throughout the next few years as he continues to act to this day. day. Thanks for watching to the end. I hope this video has been informative and entertaining. If you like this video and you would like to see more contents like this, kindly like, share, leave a comment in the comment section, and also please subscribe to this channel if you have not already subscribed yet. Thanks for watching to the end. Have a nice day and look out for the next video.